Mike Pendleton here with SureDog.com and the On the Mic podcast. And there's not many fighters that I would travel through a crazy rainstorm for to get to Wichita, Kansas. But that's exactly what I did yesterday because you know what? I was told it's the FU Tour this year. And it has another leg to it for the semifinals. He is the one and only Brent Primus. Brent, you got through the first round. You'll take on Alfie Davis here in the semifinals here in Wichita, Kansas. How are you, sir?
I'm great, man. Feeling good. Had a great camp here in Wichita. Like you said, man, the weather has been crazy. Tornado warnings and lightning storms. Like, it's been crazy, dude. The weather here is nuts.
Yeah, driving through it was absolute insanity. But I'm here. I'm here because you're fighting, and there's no better person I like watching in person than you. Let's talk about your fight against Alfie Davis, man. It's going to be an absolute barn burner. Were you impressed with Alfie in his last fight?
Yeah, man, that spinning elbow was a sneaky little thing he had there, man. It was crazy. Clay's a tough dude, and man, he timed that perfect on that double leg and hit him with that elbow in the temple. And damn, man, hats off to Alfie. That was great.
And you obviously were preparing when we talked. You were preparing for Shabli. You had the last minute opponent change. I know a veteran like that's nothing new to you. But what did it do for you mentally? Was it more of just all right, time to go to work? Like let's just get it done.
Yeah, for sure. I trained for Shabli, and he's a really tough dude, and I trained so hard for that guy, and he failed his drug test a week before we were supposed to fight, and so they canceled only like 7 days out. And but in my opinion, I was training for Shabli. I trained so hard, so I was ready for anybody. And when they changed my opponent, I was no big deal. Here we go, So I was way ready for anybody. So
Any thoughts on him failing a drug test?
yeah, little loser, man, cheating little son of a gun, man. I'm out here training my butt off, sore, hurting, crying, bleeding every day, and you get these dudes that would just take the easy route and take steroids and EPO and I fought Shabli back in the day, and uh man, he was a beast. He was dirty then, I've trained. I fought in 4 Russians, and half of them have came up dirty and they're on their drug test. And um, but yeah, man, that sucks. It sucks fighting, clean and training your butt off and being sore, and then you have to fight these guys that are would just rather stick a needle in their arm and not have to do all the hard work. So it sucks, but man, hopefully they bust that guy in for a long time to let him fight.
I was gonna say, man, especially given someone with your background, your history, your story, literally been fighting since you were a kid, to make means and to see somebody like that just take the easy way out, even in just sport, it is kind of wild. I absolutely agree with you. What is fighting a veteran? I know we talked about Alfie, and he's pretty damn dangerous, but what is fighting a veteran like him? You guys have both, been right there, and obviously you've been there, and he's been waiting and chomping at the bit. Do you like facing a hungry veteran, maybe compared to like a young, hungry fighter?
Yeah, I mean, I think they both have their challenges, but Alfie, like you said, he's a veteran. He's had a lot of fights. I think he's had like 25 professional fights or something like that. And before that, he was, I heard that he was a world champion kickboxer. So he has a lot of knowledge and experience in the cage, and so do I. So I think it's going to be a great fight, and it's going to be like you said, man, it's going to be a barn burner. I'm going to go out there and I'm going to fight as if my life is on the line every time. I'm going to be looking for the finish every second, and uh, man, I got my kids watching, and I told them I'm going to win and take them and have an awesome summer. They can go pick out any toy they want when I come home after Daddy wins. And man, this is all for my family. My kids are watching, so man, let's go.
I love it. And your bracket's really, really crazy, right? Obviously, the Shabli news. You had a short, notice opponent change. Kevin Lee's in the semifinals against Godzi. I got to get your thoughts on just how things kind of changed up throughout your division's bracket.
Yeah, man, it's crazy. It's crazy. It is crazy. Like what was so weird to me is they had 2 alternates for this tournament, and then Kevin Lee just slips by those alternates and advances into the semifinals, which I was like, dang, bro, that lucky dude, man. If yeah, lucky guy, good for him. I feel like it's a little weird and not fair for the alternate fighters that have already fought and and everything. But I know Kevin Lee's put work in. He's a veteran in the UFC and all that stuff. But it is what it is, man.
What do you make of that fight between him and Godzi?
It's gonna be a great fight. I think it's gonna be a great fight. I know Kevin, like you said, he's a veteran. He's fought some of the toughest dudes out there, and he has good, decent wrestling too. So, and he's tough, man. It's gonna be a good fight. It's gonna be a really good fight. I'm leaning toward Ghazi. I think Ghazi's gonna win. I don't know. I hear all these rumors of Kevin. His chin's gone. He's getting knocked out in the gym and all that stuff. But I don't know. I mean, Kevin's always been tough. I'm never gonna put anything past that dude. And I thought he was older. He's only 32. So, man, he's in it. He's in the game.
Now, respectfully, how much of that is you know what you're capable of doing on Friday, and you're looking into August, and you want that rematch, you want some vengeance.
Yeah, 100%. The first time I fought Godzi, I tore my knee so bad in that camp, and I couldn't shoot takedowns. I couldn't kick when I fought him. It was a nightmare, and I was gonna pull out of that fight, and then I was like, man, I got $1 million in the line, and I talked to the surgeon, and he's like, man, I'll drain your knee every Friday. We'll give you PRP shots and all these things. I think we can manage it so you can get in there, and they did. But I landed from Saudi Arabia the next day, had surgery, and I feel good. My knee's 1,000 times better, so I can shoot, kick, do everything. So I think our fight with my fight with Godzi will be different our second time around.
Man, I'm excited. I wish Friday was here already, and we can get that one made for August right now. Right. The last time we spoke, I'll be honest, I was absolutely floored after the conversation just because how much you carry, the importance of your life, your family. This isn't just sport for you. There's so much meaning behind this. And when I look at, all right, he's got a short notice opponent change. Now he's got Alfie Davis, who I don't know how many people were expecting Alfie to beat Clay. And then, Godzi's still waiting there. Godzi's got a job to do. You've got a job to do. And you always mention about, I'm going to do this because my kids are watching. I'm going to do this for my kids. How much of these steps to get to Godzi are just like, hey, this is what I have to do. I have to do to get to this point. And then once you get that Godzi fight, it's all about showing your kids, hey, you do what you have to do to get to this point, and then you come up big when you have to come up big.
No, 100%, man. My kids watch me every single day. Watch me going through the grinder, coming home, can hardly walk. I'm so sore. I'm beat up. I'm putting myself through hell, and I know they're seeing me and they're watching me do all that, and they're watching me kill myself on the air bike. They go to the gym, they watch me spar, and I think that's huge to watch your kids work hard and have a passion for something, and just no matter what, just believe in yourself and work your butt off, and my kids see that, and um, it's amazing. But for me, man, my last fight, I think last three fights, my kids have been watching my fight with my grandparents like that, and just knowing that they're watching me fight is, man, it's just crazy. I feel like I'm just ready to die in there. Like there's no way I'm gonna lose. Like I got my kids in there and watching me, and my kids just mean the world to me. And so let's go, man. I'm doing this for my family. I love my family so much. I miss my kids, and I know they're gonna be watching my fight. And yeah, man, there's nothing more special, and there's no greater motivation than having an amazing family behind your back and watching you and supporting you for sure.
Absolutely. Like I told you last time we spoke, one thing I've really admired about you is just like not only how personable you are to the media, but seeing you after your fight, sharing drinks with your opponent, having a chance to talk to you and your wife after the event, just how seriously like human and personal you guys are. You're not someone who
Yeah.
just says, oh, I'm an athlete, oh, I'm a fighter, you're so down to earth, you're so humble. And I guess, with you being 2 wins away from a tournament championship, when you look at your career and you reflect it back to your kids, what is the big, I mean, you could say, hey, dad was a world champion, dad beat this guy, dad beat that guy. But overall, what do you want your career to reflect to your kids down the road?
Man, probably just that if you believe in yourself, you can do anything. And I feel like this world just kind of like trains everybody that you have to go to school, you have to go to college, you have to get a degree, and you have to, go get a job. And I just don't think that's what life's about. I think always wanted to become a professional athlete when I was younger. I wanted to become a professional soccer player, but here I am fighting, and I just want my kids to know that you can literally do anything you want in this world as long as you work hard and you believe in yourself. That's all it is. You work your butt off every single day, work harder than everybody around you, and you believe in yourself. Anything is possible in this world, and I just want my kids to know that, um, and I think they are. Yeah. Just like yeah, man. My kids are the shit. I love them so much.
That's why I love asking you about him because I think it really shows a great side of you. Stylistically, what excites you about Alfie Davis?
Man, that he goes out there and he's willing to throw down and I don't think he's going to. But when he fought Clay, he was spinning, doing spinning attacks, kicking. If he does that to me, I think it's going to be a lot shorter night than he thinks. Because if he's giving me his back and stuff like that, it's not going to be good. Spinning and stuff like that. But like I said, he's a tough opponent. I have to keep my hands up. I have to be really smart. And but I feel like I'm superior in many ways. Especially if it goes to the ground. If it goes to the ground, I'm gonna break his neck off his head. If he doesn't tap in time. But I just feel like I've trained too hard. I'm a third, almost fourth degree black belt in Brazilian Jiu Jitsu. I just feel nobody can hang with me on the ground, and I'm ready for Alfie, man. Like I know it's a big test and everything, but I'm so confident about this fight. I'm really confident.
And I know last time we spoke, you mentioned you did like the regular season mainly because of the amount of fights you had per year. But now that you've gone through the first round, you're here in the second round. It's PFL's like really almost in a sense rebranding year for them. What's the vibe been like for you with the PFL this year?
Great, man. I love everybody that works for PFL, all the staff, all everybody, Ray Steffo, everybody has been amazing. There's not one thing that I can say bad about PFL. Um, yeah, man, I'm stoked. I feel blessed. I'm fighting for them, and I'm so happy that I'm getting multiple fights every year in these tournaments. And yeah, man, I'm like I said, I'm blessed to be fighting for PFL, and I love it. I love all the guys.
And one last thing on them, they mentioned after the first round more changes, right? So they're no longer just going to fight in Orlando. All the shows are going on the road. They're making it affordable for fans. $25 ticket entry price for the first 500 tickets, to get fans in the building. And then they launched an app so you can watch PFL international fights here in the States. When I see those things, it tells me it's a promotion that's listening to the fighters, listening to the fans. I'm just curious, do you feel that same way with how quickly they're announcing these changes?
Yeah, for sure. I think it's good for PFL and the fans and everything. Like you said, $25 tickets or whatever. Yeah, you can't beat that, man. That's awesome. And just having the app so you can watch all the fights and everything. It's awesome. I think that they were listening to the fans, and here they are. They're making it happen.
Well, I asked you about this after it happened, but I'll ask you ahead of time. Any plans to share a drink with Alfie after the fight?
Oh heck yeah, man! If he's down, he's cool. Let's go, man. Like he seems like a nice guy. I saw him a little earlier, and we shook hands. And like I said, man, I respect all the guys that have made it to where we are. I know what it takes. I know the sacrifices and the hard work and the time away from your family. So all my opponents, I respect. I always pray for them and me that none of us get hurt. But yeah, man, I'm gonna go in there and try to finish him and rip his head off as fast as I can. Then after that, man, we can have some drinks and talk about life for sure.
Well, I love it, Brent. Like I said, not a lot of people would get me to drive through a storm to come to Wichita, Kansas. But you're one of them, man. I'm so happy and honored to continue to cover you at this stage of your career. And like I said, one win away from a tournament championship fight, 2 wins away from a tournament championship. Happy to see you throughout fight week, man, and all the best to you.
Awesome, man. Thank you so much, dude. Thank you.
Thank you.